Hey folks, Tennessee Brando here for MeidasTouch. You know, all of my life I've been a huge boxing fan. And usually when a boxer loses, especially when he loses that very first fight, you'll always hear him later in the interviews when he's talking about that loss. He talks about how that, you know what, I'm not human. I realize that I can be beat. And that boxer usually does a lot of self-reflecting, gets back in the gym, works on the mistakes that he made. The trainer goes over the tapes. They look at how bad he messed up and where he made his mistakes, and they work to correct it. If he didn't keep his jab up, well, they work on the jab. And if he needs to throw more body shots, they work on body shots. And if he needs to speed up the pace a little bit, they'll go get faster sparring partners to help them become faster. That's what happens in the boxing world. But in the Republican world, when you don't win, when you lose, and when your message does not get across to voters, well, you double down on your rhetoric. And you take it even more farther out into, well, I started to say left field, but actually the reasonable people are over here in left field now. Way over here in the insane lunatic corners of the far right, these people are doubling down on their rhetoric. And they're singing the same old tunes that Donald Trump has been singing. Kari Lake loses her election. What does she do? She reaches into Donald Trump's bag of tricks and she starts singing, "This game was rigged against me too." And I got a couple of clips here I'm going to show you. And the first one plays like a Saturday Night Live skit. I'll be honest with you guys. I actually did a little bit of research on it at first and looked into it to make sure it was real because I said, this has got to be a paid actor. This has got to be a comedian doing a skit. But no, this is real. This man, Mr. Peterson, is standing up telling them to not certify the vote, telling everyone that they're a laughingstock, and telling them to be the hero for once in their life. And no, folks, I'm not making this up. Roll this clip.
And if you willingly certify this election, look at it. Every single one of us who's a poll center worker right now is making fun of you. Every single one of us. You are the butt of our jokes.
Disaster.
Now, here's your chance. Validate yourself. Save yourself. Be the hero for once in your life.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. Our next.
Was that not a Dollar General version of a Saturday Night Live skit, if you ever seen one? It might be funny if it wasn't so sad. And just when you think that it can't get no worse, it does. Because in this next clip, this guy steps up to the plate to say why we shouldn't certify the election for Kari Lake. And he gets plumb bizarre with it. Actually gets pretty scary with it. Starts talking about how we got to, again, these words of we have to fight like hell and we have to put on our body armor. And not just our physical body armor, not just our physical weapons, but no, we gotta turn to God because everybody that stands against us is evil. All of you that voted in this election are evil, and we have to get our righteous helmet on, and we have to turn our hearts to God because God's the only one that can pull us through it. Yeah, this is where they go next with it, folks. Take a look.
So let me frame this right. We're not framing this properly. This is a war between good and evil, and you all represent evil, including you. I want to look in your eyes, especially you. I see the way that you look at people when they come up here and speak truth. Such arrogance dripping from your mouth, just like the smile on your face right now. You guys represent evil, good versus evil. All you God-fearing men and women out here need to understand that and get up every day and start donning your body armor before you step on this battlefield. We cannot continue to fight this war with these earthly weapons and continue to talk on deaf ears. We must get God in the middle of this thing. We must start off our days with our helmet of salvation, our sword of the Spirit, shield of faith, breastplate of righteousness, belt of truth, and our feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. And understand that if you do not start your day off like that, you are stepping on this battlefield ill-prepared, and we will keep getting waxed by these evil people in charge. Okay.
And that, my friends, are where we're at in this fight for our democracy. Those are the kind of people that we are standing against. And I'm really sick and tired of hearing the both sides argument. I'm really sick and tired of hearing people tell me, well, we have to listen to the other side and we have to be fair here and listen to the other side. Look, I've said it before, and several of the contributors here, as well as my Marcellus brothers, have said that we're more than willing to listen to anybody that has a differing opinion. And we're more than willing to work with ideas and solutions to come up with better ways to fix our problems. But we cannot stand here and negotiate with those kind of people. We cannot sit here and hear that argument. Do you realize how crazy that is? Look where we're at in this world, folks. We're at the point that we have people like that standing up, speaking on behalf of politicians, and the politicians are tweeting it. The politicians are fueling the flames of it all and pushing people like this to the forefront of the argument. You have the right, the far right, making heroes out of people like Kyle Rittenhouse, out of Ashley Babbitt. You have this Nick Fuentes being made into a hero by the right. And you have Elon Musk on Twitter saying that he is the champion of free speech and he's going to stand up to the evil big tech companies like Apple. And that's the fight that we're fighting against. That we thought after the election, after they didn't get the big red wave, that maybe they would go back to the gym and work on their jab. But that's not what they did. They doubled down on their rhetoric, and it's worse now than it was a few weeks ago when we all cast our vote. So what do you think is going to happen as we pick up momentum going into 2024? I'm here to tell you, I hate I'm having to say this, but I think it's only going to get crazier as we go forward. And that's why we have to keep our eye on the ball. We have to stay focused on the issues at hand, and we have to work together to overcome this lunacy and fight for our democracy like we never have before. We're going to have to use the voice of reason. It's going to be hard. We're going to have to really pull together and pull this off, but we can. Because here at MeidasTouch, we are changing the way that the news is reported, and I'm very proud to be a small part of it here on this network. So I've really enjoyed making this video, and you need to hit that subscribe button to MeidasTouch and tune in and let everyone know about it, because like I said, we're changing the way that the news is told, and we really have to get back in the gym. We'll be the sensible boxer that works on our jab, works on our defense, works on our left hook, works on our right cross. We'll come up with better ways to win the match, while I guess they go over here and try to bite people's ears off. I don't know, folks. It's getting crazy out there. It's getting crazier by the minute. But if you keep tuning in here on MeidasTouch, we will keep trying to tell you the truth, and we will keep trying to be a voice of reason in the mad world. So until next time, I'm Tennessee Brando. Thank you for listening.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs. It wasn't rigged, you're just a loser. At store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.